In a world with way too many podcasts comes Japtalion and This Guy, the podcast to end all podcasts. With some pieced together recording equipment, a couple loosely informed topics, and a coin, these three friends set out to forever change the next hour of your life.
Japtalion and This Guy is solely for entertainment purposes. Joseph, Eric, and Morgan are not professional researchers, investigators, or gynecologists. Not suitable for children.
Hey everybody, this is This Guy from Japtalion and This Guy, the show you're listening to, otherwise known as the Three Wise Men. That didn't work out well. So I'm Eric.
I'm Joseph.
And I'm Morgan.
And this is the Three Wise Men. It's Japtalion and This Guy.
It's still not working.
Still didn't work. The accent was way better before we turned the mic on.
Well, you had all the funny names for us.
Yeah. Tokyo Joe. Now I'm doing the Jamaican.
It's great. Do it.
Yeah. Hey, right near the beach.
Slap at the bass.
Slap at the bees.
A slap at the bass, man. Wow.
That's awful.
So yeah, we're doing a, you guys don't know this, but we're recording at a little different time, so I think we're all a little giddy.
Yeah.
A little goofy feeling. Anybody want to talk about what we do here, so I'll shut up?
No.
Okay. We usually will shoot the shit.
Uh-huh.
We will talk about what we did during the week and make fun of each other for having done those things. And then we flip a coin sometimes on occasions.
Yeah.
Seems like that might be a running joke now.
Once in a while there's a coin flip. Then we don't do it. It always throws Joseph off. And then
It's some kind of strange magic.
generally what happens is
We've convinced Joseph we have a system that makes sense, but we purposefully make it not make sense to confuse
Yes.
him.
That is... You read my fucking mind.
you guys may even be on the same page with Joseph, you know, because maybe when you listen to our show, you guys are like, when are they going to fucking flip a coin? They talk about the coin flip. It's in the intro. We don't hear the fucking coin. Like once a month, we hear a coin.
Yeah.
So maybe
Somebody did some really shitty photoshopping and all their faces on our money. In God we trust, I think not. Because our face is on the money.
oh
that
yeah,
wasn't a stab at
on
God. That was a stab at us. And being like, I don't trust God if they're on the money.
the best jokes are the ones you have to explain.
Yeah. I didn't get it till you explained it.
Yeah. That's where I really try to make my mark. Right in that window.
And then, one of us, we've all done research allegedly, and
Allegedly.
one of us wins the coin flip and then gives all the information from the research to you, the listeners, and to the other two douchebags in here. And the other two douchebags fucking make fun of our research.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes we get sad.
Man, I was just listening to the last episode that we released. Someone might be able to discern a date from that of the ancient civilizations. And
Yeah.
man, I was really getting Joseph's whistle wet. He's like, "Oh yeah."
I know. It was though.
Intelligent lizard people.
You sent us that clip
Yeah.
today from it, and I was like, oh god, man, I could really hear Joseph fucking salivating. It's almost like he got an erection.
Is Eric really doing this?
Oh yeah, I know about the lizard people.
Oh, hachi mama.
So that's what we do here.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
My turn. Now I speak. All right, one of fellow friends, how was the week of your going? Just spacing out.
Yeah, I was, man. You ever get that, you get like a good stare going Like there's something really relaxing about it. You're not focused on anything in particular, but you're just like at peace or something.
Dude, I totally know.
And then some asshole always shows up and is like, dude, you're totally zoned out. It's like, takes you right out of it.
Yeah, they wave their hand in your face.
I'm just fucking with you, Eric. I should be present while we're doing this.
Well, yeah.
That's why I'm not allowed within 300 yards of the elementary school anymore.
Zoning out.
One too many times.
Is that what they call it? Going in the school zone, zoning out?
Oh, that was a
that's
joke.
good.
Look at Joseph.
He's got jokes.
I mean, dad jokes, kind of.
Kind of.
That was kind of a dad joke.
Yeah.
Little dad joke.
Yeah. I went to the art museum, the local art museum here in Columbia.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
I have.
Is that attached to the one right across the river?
No.
No, it's the one on
It's on Main Street,
Main
right?
Street. Yeah.
Yeah. You haven't been?
I don't think I've ever been.
Oh, cool.
Well, I thought it was weird that I haven't been.
You hadn't been either. This was your first time.
Yeah, I've been here like over 16 years.
Yeah.
And I claim to enjoy art.
Yeah, you have a degree in art, don't you? Am I wrong? Am I giving you too much of your
You ain't
information
wrong.
out? I'm not wrong.
You ain't wrong.
Yeah, I know I'm not.
Jewelry making, right?
Design, yeah. Jewelry.
Design.
Jewelry design.
I went last year. They had a Pablo Picasso thing last year.
Oh, that would have been good. Yeah.
Yeah,
I wish I'd
but
gone.
It wasn't him. It was, and I'm sorry I interrupted your story.
That's all right.
It wasn't his pieces. It was things that inspire, like other artists that inspired Picasso. It was their pieces.
Oh, okay.
It was really interesting and really neat. Plus, they had Kirk Hammett's. Is that how you say his name?
Sure.
From Metallica. They had his like two of his guitars up there on display for.
How'd he inspire?
Did that inspire Picasso's?
No,
Picasso's
no,
Time
just
Traveler.
the museum outside of Picasso exhibit. Outside of the exhibit, they had two of his guitars on display for charity or something. I don't know who she is.
Was that your guitar?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Didn't really sound like a Metallica guitar.
No, it didn't. I think that might have been from Open Season, a DreamWorks animated movie about a deer with one antler and a bear.
I think I've seen that.
I have not seen that.
Named
My little
Boog.
brother used to have the VHS tape of that.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool. What'd you see? At the
Yeah.
museum?
So I went to the museum. They had a MC Escher exhibit, and we didn't go see that because there was a line to get in. Because in these uncertain times, we have longer lines and fewer people in spaces.
Yep.
Which sounds good in theory, but I don't like waiting in line. So we just went through the rest of the museum and looked at other stuff.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking about it, there's something about painting, like when you have like a landscape or something that's painted, it's like the person has captured a moment in time and has successfully stretched it out in their own life long enough to paint it, and then in a way preserved it for the rest of us to experience that moment in time. And it just, I don't know, it was just kind of bouncing around in my head because, what is, the reality is that, what is actually real is like just a sliver of a moment. You know what I'm saying? And that everything is past or future, which means that everything essentially doesn't exist because there's only the moment. So, anyway.
There's a theory that time does not exist and the universe is comprised of, I don't know if it's a finite or infinite number of still moments that are only attached through memories.
Kind of like an old projector film, like an 8mm.
I guess it's hard for me to conceptualize it, but yeah, that everything happened at once. And the only thing that makes it seem like there's time is our perspectives,
Yeah.
which kind of makes me, that's what your whole spiel made me think about.
Yeah, the artist has like captured something and like essentially through like a ritual of, in a sense, like stretched time. Just thought it was interesting. I think that's why I prefer paintings to photographs, because photograph seems to do the same thing but takes less effort. I also want to apologize to photographers out there for that statement.
Yeah. Well, yeah, photography takes a different kind of effort that I don't understand at all. I mean, I'm not like a great
it's
painter.
art.
It is art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
I
art.
love
It's
photography.
beautiful. It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's like a legitimate thing. I'm not knocking it. It's just,
When it's good, I am in awe of that shit. I love photography. Paintings, though, also. And
yeah, you labor over a fucking painting.
yeah, right.
You know, Matt, he moved to New York.
Yeah.
He does some photography. I would totally name drop his work, but I can't think of his
Matt
last
Givens.
name. Givens, yeah.
I love his photography.
He's got some great work. Yeah.
I
He
have
does
some of his
own-
prints at the house.
Really?
He does his own printing and stuff too, right?
I think so. I mean, I
Yeah.
assume he still does.
Yeah.
That's badass. I have this photograph on my wall that I got when I went to Tybee Island last year, and it's of River Street in Savannah, and it's completely empty of people and cars. And everybody that sees it that's been to Savannah is like, "How in the hell did you get a photograph of River Drive with nobody there?" You know, it's
Yeah.
crazy to see that, but it's so beautiful.
Oh,
It's
wow.
like from the cobblestones, it's taken at like the level almost of the curb or the cobblestones, and it's just, I love it. I love that photograph. Look at this photograph. Nickelback. You guys don't like Nickelback?
I stuck it in your
don't-
mother's ass.
I don't
you
know
go.
what you're
Thank
talking
you.
about.
Oh man.
All right, so that's what I had.
Cool.
I just was contemplating time and magic.
Look at this photograph.
Now is it in your head now?
Yeah.
Joseph said something about a photograph, and if I hear that word, I go straight to that fucking song.
Straight to Nickelback.
Nickelback. It's Nickelback.
Maybe I'll put that on my Spotify and listen to it.
Please
No,
don't.
I won't.
So, Morgan,
Yo, hey.
what haps to use
Oh,
this
man.
week's?
Do I have a story to tell about this week?
No, you don't.
I watched this show on Netflix. It's called Big Mouth. You watch it?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. It's I was the first episode. I was like, should I be watching this shit? Because it's about like middle school kids going through puberty and hormones and stuff, and it's a cartoon, and there's like cartoon nudity, and it's a really awkward show to watch.
Yeah.
But they have like these hormone monsters that come up behind them and like, oh yeah, you like that? Yeah, look at that. Jack off. Go ahead. Your buddy's sleeping. Yeah, he won't notice. You know, and shit like that. It's fucking hilarious. And I watched this one episode, and the kid got sucked into porn and stuff, and he goes, the hormone monster's there, and he's like, oh man, I love this Jack Shack. And I was like, Jack Shack. So I'm gonna start calling my bedroom
The Jack Shack.
or my side of the bed. And then he said another one. Oh, the one that I was watching before I came up here. The kid had a mustache, and his parents like waxed it off of him.
Oh.
And when his hormone monster saw him, he was like, yo, what happened to your womb broom? I was like, womb broom? Damn, I tried to get that while Eric was taking a sip.
Oh, damn, a womb broom. That's a good one. I like that.
Right? So I made note of them because I was like, dude, these terms are fucking gold. I'm using this shit from now on. like, damn it, Brandy, stay out of my Jack Shack. The fuck?
Welcome to the meat wagon.
And then, I've been talking about getting rid of my dog. And,
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, I've been talking
That's
about
like
it. I haven't been
4
able
episodes now.
haven't been able to do it yet.
Have you tried just like straight up Craigslisting it?
I did put her on Facebook, and my girlfriend was supposed to put a post on the Rosewood Neighbors on Facebook because there's that's a really active people that don't even live in South Carolina are members of the Rosewood Neighbors group.
Wow.
Just because, it's great.
Really?
You're not? Are you not?
No?
Are you on it?
not.
Oh
Is it-
man, it's great.
Is it fun to watch or something?
Yeah, it's fun to watch because people get into it on there. They'll be like posting shit about whoever's dog is barking at 3 o'clock in the morning. Your mom's a hoe, and oh, it's fucking great, man.
Oh, cool.
And anyways, she didn't post the thing, so I got to get rid of her this week because she got loose the other day and was terrorizing kids at the bus stop and kids at the nursery a couple doors down. And Joseph, when he pulled up, it was just awful.
She did bite me a few times.
Oh my God, she has never bitten you, Joseph.
Well, okay.
No, say it.
She was biting me.
Okay, all right. She's probably gnawing at your foot to get you to
Were
play
they-
with her.
Yeah, she
She'll
was
do
biting
that.
the back of my leg,
Yeah,
trying to
she'll-
get me to play
okay.
with her.
Okay, the truth comes out.
Wow.
So, anyways,
If I had not paid attention to her, maybe it would have escalated.
I called all the no-kill animal shelters, and they're all on like a 3-week list, a 3-week waiting list.
They're busy not killing things.
Even the kill animal shelter was on a 3-week waiting list.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did you try Dick Cheney?
So
Is he still alive?
I called the SPCA in the next town over.
The cow just shoot people in the face while he's hunting.
I got that joke. You didn't have to explain that one.
I want to make sure for the non-political.
I
listener.
remember that shit and thinking like, did he really just get away with that? He just shot a guy in the face wearing all orange in the woods
I know.
and said I thought it was a deer.
The real OG. Like Trump brags about being able to do it hypothetically, but he just fucking did it.
Oh, Cheney,
Yeah.
tricky dicky.
Missed that guy.
Yeah. Well, I'm taking her to the SPCA in Sumter tomorrow, hopefully. They are wide open. They're ready to accept all new members.
And they do euthanize?
I don't think that they do up there.
That's cool.
They've had I went and looked at some dogs up there last year with somebody else, and they had dogs that had been there for like an extended period of time, that just needed heartworm medicine or something like that. And anywho, so I'm going to take her up there. And dude, have you seen how cute she is? She's been getting by on
have.
cuteness, but
She's really cute.
the shit with the kids the other day, I can't keep her in the house.
We had a dog that I got. She actually was walking around a grocery store I was working at the time. And she showed up a few times up there. So we got her, and we got one of those collars and fences will like shock her if she walks past a certain point.
Yeah.
And she was so fucking smart. She figured out the weak points in it and would like. My neighbor came over one day like all angry, and I'm like, dude. He caught me like right when I got out of my door. He's like, your dog was climbing my fence today. And I was like, oh yeah, cool. Well, I'm gonna go inside now because like it is fucking Hey, how's it going today? No,
That's the worst time to get a working man is right when they get home before they've
Yeah.
even had a moment to relax.
But he basically described what he saw, which was her figuring out how to get past it. We went on some social media thing or type social thing like the one I just mentioned a minute ago, Joe's Apartment. What's it called?
Joe's Apartment, isn't
That is a
that
movie.
awful fucking show?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
No, the thing where you go on Craigslist.
Oh,
Oh,
Craigslist.
okay.
Oh, okay.
And we listed them, but we're like, hey, this dog has this problem and we're not able to deal with it. We actually found a family very quickly that was like, well, we have a lot of property and we would be able to do this and that. And they could have been making it all up, but they were, that's on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were able to get rid of her pretty quickly that way. A lot of those like organizations, a lot of them won't even take them now. Like if you do any kind of adoption, you have to like go wherever they are at on the weekends, like if they're at PetSmart or whatever,
Right.
and give of your time to, you know, because they don't have the money or the workers to do that stuff.
Oh.
So that's cool that the SPC.
Yeah, and I talked SPCA.
Yeah.
And I talked to one of my friends in Sumter to see how the SPCA is, and because I know that they got one of their dogs from there, and they said the SPCA was really good about the adoption process. Like they went out to their home and made sure that it was suitable for the dog before they would adopt it to them and stuff. That was I was like, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
That's cool.
This is going to sound woefully ignorant, but what does SPCA stand for?
Man, I don't fucking know, dude.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it's good to be amongst my peers.
It's an animal organization.
Yeah.
Slaughtering pets,
Okay.
comedy, action.
Yep. Damn, you're good.
So
Yeah.
are we going to so we're not we're just gonna hand it to Joseph this
No
week,
coin
right?
flip.
No coin flip.
Wait a minute. You didn't tell us shit about your week.
He's fucking
You told
secret
a-
agent man
I told
over
a
here.
story about a dog
So-
climbing a fence.
And that was not this week. I had a ketamine appointment this week. I missed
Sorry.
I missed a couple you know, due to COVID and my sick toe.
Right.
Oh, I go get my sick toe.
Oh, good. The toe report.
Yes, we're checking Eric's toe.
Yeah. Tomorrow I go get it checked out. It looks healed.
Hell yeah, dude.
Nothing's coming out. There's a little, it's actually, there's like a black line where I'm pretty sure they use a chemical to cauterize it.
Yeah.
Because, man, I don't know if I told you this, but that fucker bled. I think that's
You
why
did
he
say that, I
squeezed
think.
it so hard. Is they said, you'll be fine tomorrow, but today you have to go home and elevate. And the next day when I took the bandage off, it was like a fucking horror movie underneath there.
It's not
Morgan's
working. I
trying to
can't-
get rid of the bad energy of my toe stories. He's like lighting sage and shit in the building. I don't know why.
Look at that.
Tomorrow I get to go do that funness, but
Cool.
it shouldn't be anything painful. We're going out of town. We're going to Florida. We're leaving tomorrow. And had ketamine yesterday. You know, I was on about once a month, but we did 2 weeks back to back because I missed 2 months. That makes sense? I look confused.
You did ketamine today.
Yeah.
You said yesterday.
Oh, today.
Ketamine.
Wow. I'm on it right now. I know. I got to quit. I need to get in the habit of saying I had a ketamine treatment. I'm still like, I did some ketamine.
Next thing you know, it's
I
gonna
did
be
notice you
K.
said that.
Yeah.
It's gonna go from ketamine to K to special K.
Yeah. My doctor is this guy I meet in the parking lot. He's like, you know I'm not legit, right?
You don't have to call me doctor.
But you do need to pay me.
Son of a bitch.
So I had a ketamine treatment today or 2 days ago. I don't know. Ketamine's a hell of a drug.
Oh, good stuff.
No, I had one today, and yeah, I don't know.
Joseph, you're not gonna drink that vanilla Coke you left up here for yourself?
I've been drinking it.
Oh,
I just
okay, I'm
wanted
sorry.
something without sugar in it.
I'm sorry.
Well, now that we're done talking about my week, cool. So, Joseph, we've had a topic sitting on the board. This is one that we did in our early days.
Yeah, this was our very first episode we did, actually. And
I wasn't a part of it then because
this
nobody
was
likes me.
way back in the heyday before there was an Eric. And,
I didn't exist. I wasn't born into reality yet.
It was only Japtalion. There was no this guy.
I hadn't been born into this universe from the great prostate.
And before Eric befriended us.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Joseph did this episode, and that's what kicked off this whole thing.
All
wow.
of it. The whole thing. It's
The
all
whole
Joseph's
thing.
fault.
But man, the sound fucking sucked. We did it in like my
Yeah.
dining room. The dog was making noise in her crate and shit. Sophie's like scratching on.
Oh yeah, and then she came out and bit me.
Yeah, she fucking bite you. I'm like getting up and going to the refrigerator and talking like 20 feet away.
Did y'all have one of those like 1960s like recorders with the silver microphone attached to it?
We used to own one of those when I was a kid.
I know you did.
It's like the size of a dictionary. It had those big clunky buttons. So it's like chunk when you press
You
it
gotta hit two of them at the same time, right?
to record. Yeah.
You had to commit to push that button down.
Yeah, I don't know what was up. Why two? I never understood why you had to two. Is there some question like you might accidentally record something?
I don't know.
Yeah. You might make a mistake and apply 50 pounds of pressure to one button. Whoops.
Oh, sorry, Joseph.
Technology's really
topic.
come a long way.
Dropped the corner of a piano on that thing.
All right. This is my topic. I'm doing the Lizard Man of Scape Swamp.
Just giving you background.
That's the Lee County Lizard Man here in South Carolina.
Yeah, the Lee County Lizard Man here in South Carolina.
I'm going to tell you, I've lived in South Carolina 98% of my life, and I've never heard anyone call it the Lizard Man of Scape Swamp.
Really?
Ever.
How many times have you seen it, though?
It's the Lee County Lizard Man. I've not yet seen it.
Okay. Well, keep looking.
I just remember it being called the Lizard Man. True story.
Ooh, I like true stories.
Well, on an earlier episode, I think it was Ghost Lights. I was telling y'all how I never had any paranormal thing happen to me.
You did say that, yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
And I stand by that.
Oh. I
But
thought
for
you were
this
about
one,
to. I thought you were about to.
This one, I at least have something to relate to. My adopted dad took us around whatever area when I was a kid because I was small.
Yeah.
And we went looking for like footprints and
While
stuff.
it was on the news and a thing.
I think so, yeah.
Oh,
Up near, is Peachtree Rock? Is that near the area?
I don't know. It's in Bishopville, Lee County,
Pull my
Sumter.
old phone out. It seems like Peachtree Rock.
I lived in Sumter, and there was, and Joseph will get to this. There was a guy that lived in Sumter that was a witness. I remember my mom says that back then the adults knew that it was bullshit, is what she said. Like, we knew it wasn't real, but the news didn't make it like that. The news was like, it's probably best if you guys stay in your homes at night. No. So I was scared to death because I was fucking, 6, 7 years old, some shit like that. I was fucking scared.
This is a responsible thing to do, I think. I mean, if you think there's like a 7-foot tall lizard man walking around the neighborhood and you don't know what his intentions are, I think maybe it's a good idea to approach with caution.
From the stories, it seemed like he had bad intentions. Am I right?
Yeah, well, my experiences with reptiles in general is that they're not real cuddly. You know?
Oh, this picture is totally legit. Let's see if we can get
I don't
this.
know if I'd buy that.
We can get this
Yeah, I've
cut
seen that
in.
one.
That's the one I've always seen.
That's definitely not a costume from rental shops.
All right, so the Lizard Man of Scape Swamp, or the Lee County Lizard Man for the locals. I'm not a local, so I got it wrong.
That's all right. I've never heard that before, so I was kind of didn't know what you were talking about the first time.
Quick aside, have you ever heard of the Azok Howler?
No, I haven't.
The Ozark Howler.
Oh, Ozark
Is
Howler?
that Ozark?
Yeah, not Azark. Ozark.
No, I haven't.
Different vowel.
Which is weird,
It came up when I...
being that because of where I'm from. I stutter.
There's a new topic for you.
Please, no more topics. I got enough.
Whatever.
Come on with it.
Okay.
Lizard Man.
Skateboard Swamp exists in Lee and Sumter counties between Turbyville, Sumter, and Bishopville, South Carolina. All right? No one knows where that is unless they're from around here. I don't even really know where that is, and I've been living here for a while.
Now, are there bishops in Bishopville?
I have not witnessed any bishops unless they're going around incognito. I haven't seen anybody with the funny penis-shaped hat on or anything.
All right. Fair enough.
During the American Revolutionary War, a group of volunteers with Marion's Brigade happened upon a group of British soldiers blowing off some steam with a group of shady ladies. This is by way of telling you where this fucking weird-ass name... Because I'm like, Skateboard Swamp, it's a weird word.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I've never heard
Yeah.
of an ore called scape. Like
Is
iron
that what
ore?
it is? It's scape. It's 2 words, scape
Scape and ore.
or
So I'm thinking like a metal
right
or something. I don't know of a metal called scape. All right. So I went looking for it. The British soldiers were captured. They're out there like laying around with some ladies. Okay. They get captured, and the terrified angels were allowed to escape into the swamp. It became known as Escaped Whore Swamp. Oh. That's where it comes
You
from.
just
And
call
it's
them
just-
angels?
Yeah. Who are you calling angels?
The whores. They're angels. They're angels of mercy.
Okay.
Are you saying they're real angelic beings? I have to...
Yes. Yes, I am. That's what I'm saying. They're angels. They relieve you of your burdens.
If your burden is not having syphilis, they relieve you of that
If you don't feel human, they can make you feel human for 30 minutes.
because your wife's nagging you.
But this is somewhat metaphorically. You don't think they're ethereal beings?
Oh,
from
no.
heaven.
No,
Okay,
yeah.
just making sure.
Okay.
You're
Yeah, you got to
Joseph,
check with me.
and I'm gonna-
Okay.
Hey, welcome to Jack Italian and this guy.
That was totally
This is
legit.
Eric. Check it in on Joseph.
That was legit. You got to check on me sometimes.
Making sure we're straight.
So
Okay.
so it got southern then. So it was escaped horror, and then it was scape horror. Scape horror. Hey, boy, where's that? Is it scape horror swamp?
They don't let them horse
Remember that swamp and them horror escape? Escape horror.
God damn. Goddamn sweet tea down here.
Oh, Southerners are funny to me. Okay. I tried to... There were actually a lot of incidents involving this lizard man thing. Okay. So I'm going to I kind of put them in an order here. Ooh. April 1986, 2 years prior to the famed Davis report. Are y'all familiar with that? That's the kid that supposedly saw him in the swamp that made the news.
Christopher Davis.
Christopher Davis.
I was
Yeah.
about 4 years old at the time.
Okay. This dude, George Plyler. Yeah, that's Plyler. Oh, George Plyler of Springvale Road was putting up a hog pen when he spotted a creature with red eyes and an almost human head watching him. The creature ran off into the woods. He came forward with the statement after Davis's report. Okay, so this guy supposedly saw it like 2 years earlier and I guess didn't tell anybody.
I wish we were shooting videos so we could do a reenactment of this. Because I got a lot of reenactment stuff going through my head.
Okay, October 1987. That's when I was graduating high school. Artesian well south of Skateboard Swamp, George Holloman, while drinking from the well, saw a large creature in the vicinity of Skateboard Swamp Bridge. Holloman rode away on his bike and never looked back. He came forward with his report to Sheriff Truesdale in 1986.
Sheriff Truesdale?
Yeah.
Wow. They might be related.
I'm sorry, 1988.
And this was in near the Sumter area?
Yeah.
They might be related. to
Who?
me.
Oh, to you? Mm-hmm. Oh, no shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
you related to Sheriff Truesdale?
I don't know specifically, but Truesdale, I definitely have family that were Truesdales in the Sumter area.
Oh man, I had a teacher, Miss Truesdale. Oh, I love that lady.
Well, he's on YouTube if you want to look at him.
Yeah, I don't care. It's just a point of information.
Your familial connections are different than mine.
Yeah, I wouldn't know him by looks, but yeah. My grandma was a Truesdale.
I'm a Truesdale, damn it.
Or I guess she is again a Truesdale. I don't know. She was married and then changed names and stuff.
Is this the grandma you tell me tales of?
Sometimes the tale tales, but we'll keep it
Keep it
non-taily.
Let's keep it clean.
Should we address the background noise?
There may be background noise.
Yeah.
We recently have an office of phone sex workers that have moved in next to it.
You can totally hear the phone conversations.
100万円無限にしたろこの野郎100万円無限にしたろこの野郎
All right, May 1988. Pilot Frank Mitchell saw the creature loping across the runway and vanishing into the woods. He came forward after he saw Davis's report. July 14th, 1988, Lee County Sheriff's Office investigated a report of a car damaged overnight while parked at the home in Browntown outside of Bishopville, South Carolina.
Only in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Escape horse. She done went over Browntown, ain't it? Man, they are creative.
Yeah. Intelligent, too. So quick-witted.
Oh, my God.
The car supposedly had tooth marks and scratches with hair and muddy footprints.
I love how he just went right back to the story.
Yeah. Let's ignore these two imbeciles.
No, Browntown.
Wait, it had hair?
Yeah, supposedly. That's what it says. Yeah.
From a lizard?
Lizard?
Well, my theory,
Oh.
if you care, is
That's
that
why we tune in every week avidly.
is that just because these people have these odd sightings of them and they're like, it looked like a lizard, does not necessarily mean that it's like a cold-blooded reptilian creature. It could just be that it's a creature that has sparse hair on it. For instance, like armadillos have like hair on them because they're mammals.
Oh, okay.
But they kind of look like reptilian,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
So there you go.
I'll go with that.
I mean, we don't know that it's a people are just calling it lizard man.
I'm imagining a lizard with like a full head of hair like the villain from the made-for-TV movie The Stand. Remember the evil guy in that?
Never seen it.
You never saw The Stand?
Wow.
No,
You just look
I've
up
never
a
seen
picture.
it.
He wears head-to-toe denim, and he has a thick head of hair.
Oh, cool. I like
Randall Flagg, was that his name?
I'm about to Google this shit.
I think his name was Randall Flagg, or was that the guy from the Suicide Squad? Could have been both.
Suicide Squad. Suicide's not a joke. Don't joke about suicide.
Wow.
All right, June 30th, 1986. Prompted by the news of the vehicle damage, one Christopher Davis reported to the sheriff that his car had been damaged near Elmore's Butterbean Shed. These fucking places. Elmore's Butterbean Shed. Half-mile from the edge of Skateboard Swamp. Oh, that's not as cool looking as it was in my head.
I'm now showing Joseph a picture of Randall Flagg from the I think that was the 80s.
Yeah,
version.
in my head, it was way cooler. That's like Mulletville.
And Morgan just urinated on his microphone.
No, that was my womb broom.
Okay, according to Davis, while driving home from working the night shift at a fast food restaurant, his car got a flat tire. After fixing the tire,
Lizards.
he looked down the road and saw a creature he described as 7 foot tall, green, 3 fingers, red eyes, skin like a lizard with snake-like scales.
There's a lot of detail in that description.
There is a lot of detail in it.
3 fingers.
I just imagine him kind of hunched over, but not too much because he's got to be able to tell the height. He's got 3 fingers sticking out
for some
Does it?
reason.
Is
like
it? Is
trying to
it
say
two on
peace.
one hand and one on the other, or is it three on one and?
You got 3 fingers between both arms.
Yeah.
3 fingers, 8 feet.
It is a pretty detailed description. It's the most detailed description of them. You know?
Yeah. Was he drug tested?
This is like 1988. I don't
Damn.
know if they did that kind of stuff.
Drug
Like,
test?
I mean, just for like some kid in Sumter County shows up and he's like, "Hey, my car got damaged." Blah 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 blah. They're not going to be like, "All right, you need to piss in a cup before we listen to
that.
anything
Is so
else."
1986 South Carolina. Dude's like, I don't know what happened to the truck. It was a lizard, and then fucking news reporters are out there and shit. It was a 7-foot tall lizard. There must have been a lizard.
Our lizard witnesses are drug tested, mother approved.
The 16-year-old said it. He definitely didn't wreck his truck.
Anyway, he Davis, I guess, like was startled by this thing, and he gets in his car to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
You know, and supposedly the lizard chases down his car and jumps on it. He throws on the brakes. The creature rolls off of it, and then Davis, proceeds on.
Damn, all this was in his story though? Mm-hmm. Shit. That's really good. If it was made up, that would be some really good storytelling for a 16-year-old.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
It may be made up.
he's
yeah.
brought physics into it at this point.
Well, maybe he paid
mean, in
more
a way.
attention in school than the rest of us.
Yeah.
Or some of us. You.
I paid plenty of attention in school.
Not
He
to
lives
school,
near
though.
somewhere named after Whore's Escape in South Carolina, so I think that's definitely in the corridor of shame. Y'all know what the corridor of shame is?
Oh no, we were just laughing
That's
at it.
South Carolina.
Oh, the corridor of shame.
It's a real thing.
Is
It's
it in
about our
South
school
Carolina?
System. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the broke down school systems like up in the PD and stuff, isn't it?
I think it's all down 95. Like it's
Oh,
a
wow.
big portion of South Carolina. Our school system is so awful. They've called it the corridor of shame. Yeah.
We don't hide our shame
That
well
is
enough.
fucking awful. Oh my god, my kids live in
Let's
Sumter.
joke about it.
My kids live in Sumter, and their mom's homeschooling them. Fuck!
That
Really?
might actually be somewhat better.
Oh, because you haven't met Kelly. Have you even heard her on the phone before?
I've met her. We went to see you at a play.
That
in,
wasn't Kelly.
Park.
Oh, you met Kelly there? No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Kelly.
So you've heard her talk and everything. Damn it.
That sounded really prejudiced, dude.
It did it?
Yeah, just because someone has that accent doesn't directly reflect on their level of education or intelligence.
The accent doesn't, but the grammar totally does.
The grammar with the finger wag.
Yeah.
Anyways, enough shit talking about my ex-wife.
Okay,
Horse
so
escape.
Christopher Davis did this thing. He went and reported it to the Sheriff Truesdale.
Right.
All right. It quickly led to a bunch of media attention for Davis. Local businesses began to sell Lizard Man shirts, and Chamber of Commerce
Damn right.
encouraged the media attention, which all makes sense because I've been to Sumter and there's not a lot going on.
It's not.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on. And if something
this
like
is
that
30
falls in your lap,
This is 35 years later, and there's not a lot going on.
yeah. Oh, and that leads me to this other thing. Well, let me just get through. While we're on the subject of not a lot going on in Sumter, I took a field trip, so to speak, up to the South Carolina Cotton Museum in Sumter because I had heard that up there they have a Lizard Man display of artifacts from the Lizard Man. Now, I'd seen on the internet that they have like impressions of footprints, like plaster casts and stuff. I went up there. I didn't see anything up there. They had Lizard Man shirts and stuff. Dude up there was nice. He was excited about cotton. He seemed to really want to push the cotton. He seemed
Buy
like
some underwear.
he seemed like he was not really into people coming up there for the Lizard Man thing. But he was selling the shirts, and he did indicate to me that the Lizard Man stuff is probably the biggest selling stuff they got.
But he really wants people into the cotton.
Yeah, and I think I don't know what his
Was he an
thinking
old
is
guy?
with it. He's an older guy, maybe a little older than me.
Was he more towards talking like a human being or like McMaster's?
We're trying to work up an impersonation of
Yeah.
him. Is that what you're doing too?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to play this guy. Did he have a cane?
Well, I really would like to push my cotton over here. You guys are so worried about all the Lizard Man stuff. It's just not feasible.
I don't know why, if you're selling Lizard Man stuff, why you would not push it and play it up. I would be playing that shit up. If I ran that museum, I'd be like, you better be playing this shit up.
This here's a cotton museum, right? You know that. Cotton.
Lizards and cotton don't go together.
They just don't go together.
We do not approve of them seeing each other.
Not like straw hats in my acapella group. Yeah. Oh, most of our Spotify listens are us.
Replaying episodes and shit.
All right, this has been Japtalion and this guy, and we're going to take a quick break and maybe throw a commercial at you. Be back in a few. Do you have that one friend who's always ranting about shapeshifters or the Saturn moon mind conspiracy, or talking about 9/11 being an inside job? Or what was Elisa Lam doing in that elevator? You try to laugh it off or explain it, use logic and science to talk him into reason. Nothing seems to work. He's always got a retort of, well, it could be, or prove it didn't happen. If these problems plague your friendship, we've got an app for you. It's Skeptonomicon. Skeptonomicon is an encyclopedia that debunks every whack job theory or headache-inducing paranormal event that your friend could possibly come at you with. No matter what half-cooked crazy conspiracy theory your good friend Joseph comes at you with, you can debunk it with Skeptonomicon. It helps you debunk with love. From black helicopters to Vril, Skeptonomicon debunks them all. Whether it's the good old-fashioned ancient aliens or the mind-moon-Saturn conspiracy, Skeptonomicon will crush your friends' hopes and dreams. It takes all those conspiracy theories and throws them right in the trash where they belong. We debunk such classics as the magic bullet. Bullets aren't magic, Joseph. Debunked. Bases on the moon? Come on, man. You've been debunked. Shadow people lurking in the corner? Smoke another one. Debunked. The Illuminati running the world? Come on, man. We can't even run an economy. Debunked. Flat Earth? Get out of here with that nonsense. Debunked. Time-traveling Nazis? Oh, that one's actually debunked. How about Nibiru, the wandering planet X that comes into the solar system once every? Debunked. The Saturn Moon Matrix mind control conspiracy. It's been debunked. 9/11. I'm a patriot. No, you're debunked. Ouija boards? Oh, fuck. Come on. We also have more fringe and newer nonsense that your friend's bound to come bouncing at you with joy about. Like the Simpsons prophecies. Oh, I saw it on The Simpsons. It must be true. You know what's true, Joseph? Debunked. New Coke. This doesn't taste like the old Coke. I want real sugar. You get debunked. Now with corn syrup. Does Tupac live in the Bahamas? Come on, man. You know that's debunked. Flint, Michigan water? Debunked. Free Britney. She goes to Starbucks. Debunked. The death of Brandon Lee? Accident. Debunked. How about Elon Musk trying to turn us into cyborg slaves? Actually, that one's true. Look it up. Who killed Marilyn Monroe? I don't know, but one thing I do know, you're not gonna figure it out. Debunked! Joseph, you have been debunked. Here at Skeptonomicon, we're doing our part to calm the consuming fear that comes from living in a universe that makes very little sense to these conspiracy theorists. In these uncertain times, there's literally no end to the insane ramblings that your friend Joseph can find online. Skeptonomicon is a tool that can help you put your friend's mind at ease, allowing him to free up his energy to deal with real problems like his glaring defects of character. If you have a friend, probably named Joseph, who will not stop watching YouTube and getting lost in the could-be's and did-it-happens, Skeptonomicon is the right app for you. This app is not approved by Joseph. Welcome back. This is Japtalion and this guy discussing the man-made of lizards. Did I do it right?
Yeah, good enough. That was close enough.
He was just wearing a really nice suit.
10,000 little lizards all crawling over each other.
This here lizard suit's a symbol of my individuality and my belief in personal freedom.
You guys see me over here dissecting the candle? I want to eat it.
I keep thinking you're eating like yogurt or something over there. Just eat some, man. It's okay. It's like a petroleum product or something. You'll be fine.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. I'll try.
Friendly reminder that 9 out of 10 guys enjoy butt stuff.
Ooh. That's a made-up statistic.
It's totally made up.
No context.
Should we give
on that.
We could say 1 out of 3.
Wink, wink. That's for just the smart people to understand.
Yeah, 1 out of 3. You guess which one.
Hey!
If you know
Yeah.
2 of your friends are against it, guess what you like. Anyways.
All right. So, after the Christopher Davis sighting, which is like the main one, most people just associate that as the only one.
Oh, yeah.
There were more sightings after
But
that.
There were more.
So, in July of 1988, in Browntown, it's so hard to say that without being like, what the fuck? In my head, whenever I say Browntown, South Carolina, I'm like, what the fuck? What am I doing living down here?
So this was a couple years later?
Yeah, I think so.
Shit.
88. You said July of 88?
No, it's the next month, actually. Not a couple years, 1 month.
Okay.
It went from June to July 88 in Browntown.
I thought it was 86.
It was 86 before.
Was it? No, dude. 86 was the first one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
That was
Calm down.
April 86,
Right. That's what
Calm
I'm
down.
saying.
2 years before the famed Davis report.
Oh.
Calm down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was 7 when that one happened, when the Davis one happened.
Oh, and yeah, in 88.
Yeah, in 88. Yeah, I turned 7 years old.
Little Eric was 6.5, buck teeth, bleached blonde looking hair. My hair was almost white.
I was enjoying
this point.
skateboards, smoking weed, going to punk rock shows, just about to go to college.
I was getting ready to start smoking cigarettes at 7.
Nice. Good to start early.
I bet I looked at a porn already.
Oh, yeah. I don't doubt it.
Who the fuck are you guys trying to impress?
I know. It's like like an awful one-upmanship.
yeah.
Because if I think about my 7-year-old being somebody showing my 7-year-old porn, I also start thinking about digging a hole out in the woods.
Well, it was my brother that showed me the porn, so
Family bonds are tough.
yeah.
You broke my heart.
Thanks, David.
Now, did he star in the porn?
Oh, God.
So back to the
Yeah, I was about to go into childhood trauma. Can we get back to Lizard
skateboard.
Man?
Skateboard.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay, in Browntown, I don't know why I can't say Browntown without us getting sidetracked. All right. How about in somewhere in South Carolina, Tom and Mary Wayne reported that a creature had damaged the chrome and wiring on a vehicle. That was the report. I don't know why that much information is connected as a lizard man report, because it doesn't say anything about lizard man. But for some reason, it showed up in the research as a lizard man report.
Huh.
Okay? So don't break my balls about it. Break somebody else's balls about it. Call Snopes.
Oh, did you
We're gonna
check
get
this on
Snoped.
Snopes?
We're going to get Snoped one day, and it's not going to be good.
Japtalion13@gmail.com.
Snope us. Snope away, motherfucker.
Snope.
July 1988, Bramlett Road, just off Browntown Road. Rodney Knoll and Shane Snokes reported a large creature crossing I-20 near the intersection. They heard strange howls coming from the woods and found three-toed tracks near Bramlett Road.
When was this?
July 1988.
Oh, same month as Mary and
Yeah, same month. Yeah.
what's his face?
And then in August 1988, McDuffie Road, Ashwood section of Lee County near Ashwood Lake, Army Corps of Engineer Mason Phillips and his wife saw a large creature with a tail running along the road.
Shit. Like a dog?
That could be a large or a wolf
What the fuck?
or somebody hunting Pokemon.
They would totally be wearing a tail.
Yeah. Dude, I saw that. You remember when that game first came out on the smartphones, the Pokemon game? It
Yeah.
first came out to
And people were
track
walking out
people.
in front of traffic and shit, chasing
Yeah,
Pokemon.
getting stuck in trees and stuff. In my neighborhood, you know my neighborhood, it's not like a bad neighborhood, but is it a bad? Well, I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about the neighborhood, but I don't feel like it's a bad neighborhood, but I also don't feel like it's the kind of neighborhood where you want to draw attention to yourself when you're walking down the street.
Yeah. Okay.
Didn't you get racial taunts and threats thrown at you for walking like a street over from where your house is?
Yes.
Didn't somebody steal your truck out of your driveway?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. What's your story?
Like across the street, didn't the feds like kick in the door and
That was
relocate some people to another country?
that was the feds, ICE, DEA.
Don't you have some crack whore that regularly knocks on your door and asks you for money
Yes.
that you have to shoo away?
But
All
to
right.
be fair, his 98-year-old neighbor cuts his lawn.
Okay. Yeah, that's very true. Thanks, Miss Rose.
She's a trooper.
Oh, I just name dropped your neighbor. Is that okay?
She doesn't cut my lawn anymore. She's getting up in age.
She's getting up in age.
I can't believe I just said that.
Joseph would be like, damn, the grass is getting high. Wonder why she hasn't come and mowed my lawn yet. Maybe because she's 90.
Yeah, she turned in her 2 weeks notice like 3 weeks ago.
You think you get your son to do it?
I never asked her to mow the yard. She just started doing it.
Right.
And I, on a few occasions, have told her that she does not have to do that. And I have also told her that it's a little embarrassing, being that I'm a healthy male, to have like a woman mowing my yard
It really is elderly.
who's really elderly.
I mean, she doesn't even look like she should be pushing a lawnmower.
No, but she gets along. She told me that this type of activity is what keeps her alive. And I was like, well, I can't take that from you.
There you go.
So if you want to do it, go ahead. But
Joseph says, well, I can't take that from you. That being said, you missed a spot by the fucking mailbox.
make sure you pick up that trash.
That's right where people drive. They can see that.
And you bought her those hedge clippers for Christmas, right?
Not trying to say nothing, but Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I was like, the lawnmower is really loud. I got this push mower. It's really relaxing to listen to. Like one of those mechanical ones.
Oh, God. How did we get there? All right. Something
know how
about
I
your
got there.
neighborhood not being bad, but it's good.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's not good.
So I got sidetracked because I said something about that tail.
Oh,
You said
that's
something
right,
about the
yeah.
creature with the tail. When that Pokemon game came out, I looked out my window one day and there's this dude, like Caucasian dude, looks like he's maybe 14, looks like he could use some exercise and maybe eat healthier. Walking down the street, looking at his phone, and he's got like a 3-foot long blue furry tail sticking out of the back of his pants, and like
badass.
little cat ear things on his head. Now it's cool. I'm all for people dressing up like cats if they want, you know.
Okay.
I just don't know that my neighborhood's the place to do it.
Somebody's really testing the limits.
He was really pushing the limits. Yeah, I guess you don't know where the limits are until you go find them.
There you go.
Back to the sightings. Okay, August 5th, 1988. Airman Kenneth Orr, stationed at Shaw Air Force Base, reported...
Like skateboard?
Well, it's spelled differently, but yeah, it's weirdly similar. Ooh, maybe there's something to it.
Yeah.
Somebody call Q. Airman Kenneth Orr, stationed at Shaw Air Force Base, reported that he had encountered the lizard man and had shot and wounded it. He had several scales and a small quantity of blood as evidence. 2 days later, he recanted his report when he was arraigned for unlawfully carrying a pistol and misdemeanor offense of filing a false report, or claimed he had hoaxed the sighting to keep the lizard man in circulation.
What are your thoughts about that? I feel like you have an opinion.
I do, yeah. Well, is it an opinion? I don't know. It's just a speculation that could be a thing, that is totally possible, more than likely the likely thing, I guess.
That he made up the story?
Or it could be that he encountered the lizard man, shot him, had scales, and that what he said is true, and that he, as part of some reason to get out of being in trouble with probably the Air Force, which is an actual thing to be concerned about when you're in the Air Force, and who the fuck ever, to get out of that, they wanted him to say that he hoaxed it to get out of the misdemeanor pistol possession or whatever. I'm not aware that. I thought people in the military could have weapons.
Almost anyone in South Carolina can have weapons, but surely people in the military can have weapons. But I don't know what the gun laws were in the 80s either. So it could have been different back then, and it may have, grown where now. Because there's the whole castle doctrine where you can have your gun in your car and not have a concealed, not have any kind of permit or anything. Just keep your gun in your car fully loaded in the glove box.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And you can shoot somebody with it too.
If they try and get in your car,
Yeah, yep.
I want to believe that in the 80s, the gun laws were more relaxed.
Yeah, I would too. But I have an opinion about that will kind of going along with the lizard man exists, because it's totally something this guy in the Air Force sees the lizard man, shoots him, gets scales, and what else did he have? Something else?
Blood.
He had blood and scales from it, and he's going around telling people, hey, the lizard man doesn't only exist, I shot the motherfucker and I got parts of him. That is totally the thing the FBI would shut down.
Yeah.
Or somebody.
Yeah.
Yes, somebody would shut
That's what I was
down.
getting at.
Yeah.
That definitely goes with decades of narrative of people having some proof of some extraordinary thing and people showing up and shutting it down. Like the Bob Lazar guy. There's a new documentary or a newer documentary on HBO where Bob Lazar.
No, I'm not familiar.
Yes.
I might, but I don't.
He was a guy, he's still alive. He came out in the 80s and said he worked at Area 51, and he gave all different kinds of information. And then he came out and said he didn't work at Area 51, but then he came out again and said he did and that he was coerced or something to that. He kind of flip-flopped a little bit. Now his story maintains that he did, but some of the technology he talked about back then, now we know it exists. Like now the technology exists, but he was talking about it in the like one thing
Shit.
was this hand scanner that they have at USC's gym now, where you put your hand in it and there's these different metal bars that catch your hands at different points.
Yeah.
And it like biometrically reads your hand to know who you are to enter a gym. Well, he was talking about having these hand scanners on their different levels of security back before the technology existed, or we knew it existed.
Wow.
So you can trace some of the stuff back,
Yeah.
which to me doesn't prove that everything he said was the truth. He could have, parts of it could have been true. That's a possibility. But one of his claims, along with a bunch of other people who've claimed things throughout history, is that they were coerced into saying that what they said was the truth wasn't the truth by shady military organizations.
Right.
And it's not a far stretch to know. I mean, there's proof that there's people in the military that have seen UFO stuff that have gone on record saying that they're told by their chain of command, it's better if you didn't see what you just said you saw. That's like a thing that happens.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Kind of like in my light sightings episode when the damn mayor of Phoenix or governor of Arizona, whatever it was, comes on and is like, we got an expert here, and brings out the guy in the Martian suit to make fun of it, to say, you saw nothing. It was, what did they say? It was some exercises or flares.
Yeah, flares.
Flares, yeah.
Swamp gas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can get down with that. The skeptic on board can get down with that.
I'm surprised. Thank you. I feel validated.
There you go.
Let's not get carried away, Joseph.
Yeah.
Okay, so local law enforcement chimed in on this stuff. They speculated that the sightings were likely caused by a bear. So I looked into that. South Carolina has 2 sustainable black bear populations in the mountains and upper Piedmont region, which is sort of northwest South Carolina. And the other sustainable black bear population is the coastal plains. That's not really the middle of South Carolina, I don't think. Bears do have legs and they walk places. So, in theory, a bear can pretty much go anywhere he can walk. Black bears are not 7 feet tall. That's the thing. They also don't have tails.
I was just about to say.
They got like a little thing. It's not like a long tail.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was getting ready to say.
And most people kind of know what a bear looks like. Like if I saw a bear,
I'd be like, oh, fuck, it's a bear.
yeah.
So there's a science behind people misunderstanding what they see, especially if they're in a situation where they're frightened. And now it's time for Science Guy.
Yeah.
Actually, oddly enough, there's a part of the brain that some people refer to as the lizard brain. It's right above the brain stem. It was the first part of the brain that evolved, which is where the name lizard brain comes from, because lizards have that part of the brain. And it controls the autonomic system, which is our fight or flight or freeze area, which has to do with fear and anxiety. And when you have like heightened fear or you're in a state of survival, your brain literally, the blood flow to the front part of your brain, the last to develop, the prefrontal cortex, which is our higher order thinking, the blood flow cuts off to primarily go to your survival instinct brain.
Yeah.
And when that happens, you don't think, the brain's not thinking like it normally does. This explains why at mass shootings, you get like right at first, you get so many different descriptions of what happened, is because you're half blind as to what's really going on. An echo of a shot can easily sound like 4 shots because your mind's you're not critically analyzing the information coming into your brain. You're just trying to survive. So if people were feeling threatened or whatever, and they saw, I mean, there was a news story one of y'all sent as I think partially a joke about someone seeing a bear and thinking it was a werewolf in Yellowstone Park.
Oh
Was it one of y'all sent that through? Like your brain literally plays tricks on you when you're filled with fear. So I'm not saying that's what happened, but to play the devil's advocate, there are times where people can see something that you could look at in a picture while you're calm and go, well, clearly that's a bear, but in the heat of the moment, that's not what they would see.
Okay.
And there's a scientific reason for that. This has been a minute with Science Guy, reminding you to educate yourself, you fool.
That was your
A little bit of
science.
science, paraphrased, but
Eric's
I think
science report.
pretty accurate.
I was almost like when you were like, there's some science behind this. I was going to do like a sting. Be like, science guy. Or like,
Excuse me, science time.
Bathroom break. Get your piss on.
Okay, so we got another one. July 1990. Highway 15 near Hickory Hill Road and Browntown Road. Bertha Blythers. That name sounds made up.
damn, Bertha.
Bertha Blythers.
Oh, Bertha.
Browntown, I'm stuck between how incredibly racist and just anal stuff. Like, welcome to Browntown. Like, I can't get past it.
Oh, man.
So Bertha and her children,
Bertha and her children
in
Browntown.
Johnny and Tamisha, had come from a dinner at a local restaurant when a large hairy creature crossed the road in front of their vehicle, then lunged at the car. All passengers in the car gave a statement, and all the statements matched.
It's Harry.
Yeah, it's hairy.
So we're going there again.
There is a cryptid known as skunk ape, swamp ape, which is like a
Swamp gas.
which is like a Sasquatch that lives in a swampy area, like the Everglades, as supposedly.
Oh, remember that old 80s guy Swamp Thing or whatever?
Yeah, the DC Comics Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you remember that movie with Adrian Barbeau? Oh my god.
Just barely. I barely remember Swamp Thing movie. I always got it confused with the Toxic Avenger.
Oh, she was wearing that like white top, and she falls in the water, and oh god, those things were huge.
We watch like really B-rated movies with my nephew sometimes.
Yeah.
And we watched a movie called Swamp Ape. I didn't know it was like a real. I thought it was made up.
Oh yeah,
for
they
this
made a movie. They made a Swamp Ape movie.
When the title scene comes up, the voiceover is literally like Swamp Ape. It's just like one of us doing that. It's one of the worst and best movies I've ever seen.
Okay, yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, that.
Yeah, Swamp Ape. Swamp Ape. Yeah, I didn't know that was a real cryptid.
It's a cryptid, yeah.
Cryptid, yeah.
So in fall 1991, Gum Springs Road near Browntown and Cedar Creek, Brian and Michelle Elmore spotted a creature. They waited 2 years to give a statement for some reason.
Wow.
Okay, February 2008, Bob and Dixie Rawson reported vehicle damage and dead animals found, thought to be the work of the creature. The creature. We're calling it the creature now. 2008, CNN mentioned Lizard Man in a report of vehicle damage by a couple in Bishopville, South Carolina. This report included blood traces. The traces were examined and found to be a domesticated dog. The police speculated that it could be a coyote or a wolf. Well, I don't know why they would say that if we just said it was domesticated dog. There was a red wolf
Dressed up as a lizard.
Well, because I was like, why would you say it's a wolf? I mean, I understand wolves have legs and they can go places, but there's not like a wolf population around here that I'm aware of. So I went and looked into it. There was a red wolf population on Bulls Island, placed there by an attempt to preserve the very endangered species. But it closed in 2005. Today, there are approximately 200 of them that remain in captivity. So one of them could have swam off the island, I guess. As far as it being a coyote, that could very well be because coyotes are fucking everywhere. They're like really good at adapting to shit. Okay, July 2011, Bob and Ada Marshall reported vehicle damage with teeth marks thought to be the creature. 2015, local TV station WCIV featured a photo and video allegedly taken by unidentified persons claiming to show the lizard man.
2015.
Is that the picture that I
That's
saw?
fucking recent. That's pretty fucking recent, though.
Yeah. And it might be that picture, because that does look like a recent picture.
Yeah.
It's pretty awful. And then August 2017, South Carolina Emergency Management Division, we probably all remember this one, sent out a humorous tweet regarding the possibility of paranormal activity and asking citizens of Lee and Sumter counties to remain vigilant for sightings of the lizard man.
I'm sorry. I got stuck looking up information on that Swamp Ape movie.
Yeah.
And looks like it was softcore. Was it like B-rated porn stuff?
Yeah.
And then and it said its budget was $20,000. I was trying to see how much it made. Probably nothing, I guess. Probably nothing.
Yeah.
Hopefully it made at least 20,000.
It's free on Amazon Prime right now.
Oh, damn.
Another good one that's kind of in the same vein is Zombievers. Yeah, it's what it sounds like.
Oh, God. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's all right.
So I remember you saying on the first episode that the radio station here in South Carolina, it's a country music station now. It probably was then too. WCOS offered $1 million as a reward for
they did.
capture of the lizard man.
Yeah.
And I was like, WCOS had $1 million back in 1985, 86.
Seems like the kind of offer you can make when it's
The lizard man.
not going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they were probably like, somebody shows up with the lizard man, we'll come up with the money. Okay, back to the lizard man. Sheriff Truesdale stated that Davis's report never wavered and said that Christopher Davis had seen something that scared him. Skeptical investigator Ben Radford claims that is not true and that Christopher Davis' story was inconsistent and changed.
Did you ever listen to the first episode?
I
Eric?
don't think so.
No?
Skeptical investigators.
Skeptical investigator, like that's his title.
What the fuck is that?
Like, dude, this shit makes too much sense. Where's he at? Somebody get the skeptical investigator.
Yeah.
Oh, that's me.
We need someone to doubt this.
We need a doubter. Where's Eric at?
This is way too cut and dry. we need to work for it.
Maybe you missed your calling, Eric.
Let me inject some shame into this.
Fucking skeptical investigator.
How dare you believe in this?
We need to put that shit on a t-shirt.
Yeah, so Radford said that the story changed a bunch of times, that Davis's story changed a bunch of times. He claims that, at 2 a.m., he couldn't have seen that many details on it in a heavily wooded area. He also claims that this is the one that I didn't understand his debate with was Christopher Davis is driving away. Lizard man catches up to the vehicle and jumps on it. And he doubts it because, like the car's going like 40 miles an hour.
Up till then, his skepticism was impressive.
Well, who says the lizard man can't run 40 miles an hour or 60 miles an hour? Who says?
Lizards are fast.
They are
You ever
fast.
try to catch one?
And a large one might be faster.
Probably would be faster.
Imagine how fast his eyes were darting.
Could have just caught him with a tongue or something. So he claims that it was like a publicity stunt. I don't really understand what the point of Christopher Davis making the story up would be. The only plausible thing that I've heard people say him making it up would be that he damaged his vehicle and came up with a really difficult to believe story for some reason. Like you damage as a teenager, you got a vehicle, you get damage on it, you got to explain it to the old man so you can reduce the ass whooping you get, right?
Let me just say, I'm going to stop you right there. Your son is 16, right?
Yes.
Okay. If Cash got into an accident in your truck and fucked it up, him telling you that a lizard did it would get him out of trouble. I'm just saying that shit would work.
It would work. And hopefully he's smart enough to know that. To be like, look, I got abducted by aliens. I don't know what they did to the car.
The truck was in the beam when they took me. I don't know what.
I don't know. My consciousness left my body for a week. I came back to, and the car was all kinds of fucked up.
Yeah, that shit would work on me.
Apparently,
And maybe it would
you're
work
not
on-
the only one.
Yeah, maybe it would work on Christopher Davis's parents, you know?
Oh, God. It did, didn't it?
I don't know. I don't know if it worked on them. Surprisingly, I didn't run into much stuff about his parents.
How do you think that story blew up? He did a police report or something?
Yeah, he did a police
He did
report.
the police report with all the details. And then what, like WIS or something got a hold of it, and they were like, they got wind of it somehow down at the local NBC station, and they were like, we gotta run a story on this.
They probably talked to the sheriff's department, and they're like, hey, you got reports for us for the
that's a normal
newspaper.
thing.
Oh yeah, they were like, here you go. This is a good one.
Yeah, check this out. Yeah, this is interesting.
Next thing you know, the fucking
People
Today
from
shows
around
down
the
here
world,
from New York. Yeah.
like people were, journalists were coming from like Japan and stuff.
Shit.
Even brought in the skeptical investigator.
Can you,
Yeah,
can you imagine how much pussy that kid got?
I wonder if he got a lot of pussy out of it.
I bet he did.
He might have.
Maybe he didn't want pussy. Maybe that wasn't his thing.
Well, this gets kind of sad
I wonder if he was the 1 in 3.
because you can't ask him because in June 17th, 2009, 37-year-old Christopher Davis was shot to death in his home in an apparent drug-related incident. Police recovered 10 grams of marijuana and 2 scales from the kitchen in the home.
Oh my God, I can't think of it where they talk about like sprinkling some drugs on them. What the fuck would I watch? I watched something like that. It was like the Chappelle Show. The Chappelle Show. You shoot them and then sprinkle some drugs on them.
It's drug-related.
Sprinkle some crack on them.
Yeah. Yeah, because
10 grams of marijuana is nothing.
It's nothing.
It's nothing.
It's a fucking quarter bag.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's right over a quarter bag.
Yeah. Even if that's high grade shit, that's like what, $50?
It is nothing.
Yeah.
And it's marijuana. It's marijuana.
Which is not to say that people have not killed over stupid shit before, but still, that's maybe there were a lot more drugs when he was shot to death.
yeah. Maybe most of them disappeared with whoever took.
Whoever shot him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
could be a
That's-
thing, I guess. It's just
That's
like
plausible.
I question it when it comes out. It's like drug related, this or that. That makes me think. Okay, so you found a joint there, and you just said it's drug related. But that's because I grew up with the whole war on drugs thing, which just seemed totally
Who won?
dishonest.
Manufactured. Yeah.
The drug manufacturers and pharmacists, they won.
Oh.
No, I was saying it seemed manufactured.
The story. The
yeah.
drug war
Yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. It did seem manufactured. It seemed like a bunch of fucking bullshit. Still seems like bullshit.
Is
Yeah.
All right, so Bishopville now has a Lizard Man Festival, although in these uncertain times we don't have things like that anymore. In the old world, we used to have these things called like festivals where people would get together in groups and like eat barbecue or whatever. We don't do that anymore, and we never will again.
Wow. Now we have podcasts.
Yeah, now we just do it like this.
Yes.
So I couldn't find anything else like outside of this other than the closest thing I could find around South Carolina for Lizard Man stuff that was outside of this specific town of Sumter and Browntown was this thing called the Testimony of Francisco de Chicora. Francisco de
here we
Chicora.
go.
Okay, it's a book of eyewitness accounts of life in the New World around the area of PD River in modern South Carolina around 1520.
This is my girlfriend's favorite story. Tell it.
The eyewitnesses are Spanish explorers, slave raiders, and first people. I don't have to explain what first people are, do I?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Okay, so this comes from a dude who's first person, and he got picked up by the Spaniards because they do that. They show up and they start fucking with people's lives, and then they trick you into getting on a boat with a bunch of your friends because you think they got something cool on the boat.
They don't do it anymore.
No, not really.
Gave all that up.
Yeah.
Turned a new leaf.
Then they, you get on the boat and you're like, oh, yeah, look at this cool stuff you got. And then they pull the anchors up and fucking haul your ass off to like Spain, and you're like totally lost away from the people you know and love. It's fucked up.
Did they have cool stuff to lure them onto the boats?
Well, probably, yeah. They probably had like, cool fabrics or, I mean, you could tell them anything.
Wow.
Lost
your whole world over some silk.
Yeah, well, they probably came on all friendly at first, So this dude's in Spain.
Hey, beautiful women. Oh, they're just dressed up coconuts.
This dude's stuck in Spain. He's like a first people from America. He's stuck in Spain with Catholics and whatnot. And so he relays stories of his life back there to the educated Spaniards, and they write the shit down.
Educated Spaniards.
Right. Educated Spaniards. Okay, so he says there is another country called Insignanen, whose inhabitants declare that according to the tradition of their ancestors, there once arrived amongst them men with tails a meter long and as thick as a man's arm. This tail was not movable like those of quadrupeds, but formed one mass as we see in the case of fish and crocodiles, and was as hard as a bone. When these men... I'm losing my voice. When these men wished to sit down, they had consequently to have a seat with an open bottom, and if there was none, they had to dig a hole more than a cubit deep. That's 1.5 feet. Their fingers were as long as they are broad, and their skin was rough and almost scaly. They ate nothing but raw fish, and when the fish gave out, they all perished, leaving no descendants. So that's the oldest one I could find.
Where is Insignanen? Did they say where the country was? How educated was this Spaniard?
No, I don't think they said specifically where Insignanen.
Insignanen. I wrote it down.
Insignanen was. But this dude comes from what is today South Carolina. And there were a bunch of different nations around because they, everybody had their own nation.
So
before
was he
the
Native
Europeans
American?
showed up. Yeah.
He was a Native American that they took and
yeah.
brought back to Spain. Okay. So Insignanen could be somewhere
It could be
right around here.
it could be North
Florence.
Carolina.
Welcome
It
to
could be
Brown
Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be somewhere in Georgia.
The great land of Insignanen, which stands for Brown Town.
Should we put in a
God.
petition to change Browntown's name to Insignanen?
Or
Maybe.
Pound.
Yeah.
What about Pound Town?
Change it to Pound Town.
Welcome to Pound Town. I really want to do a reenactment of this.
But that was the oldest thing I got, and that's
Morgan's baffled
That's
by
what I
his
got.
watch. What time?
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that late. I
That's a
I
good
looked
time,
at the
brother.
clock there. Yeah, I'm having fun. I'm fine with this. My dog probably shit in her crate.
I'm rock
cool.
hard.
She's gone tomorrow.
Okay.
get rid of that dog.
She's so cute.
All right, that's what I got. I don't know if y'all heard me say that.
Oh, no, I didn't hear that.
Insignanen.
Insignanen.
It was interesting because I started reading about this, the testimony of Francisco de Chicora, and he talks about some other interesting things like, or not he specifically, but some of the other people that contributed to it They were talking about a country of, I guess, people from Scotland that were living over here that I guess just came over here and formed their own country. You know, like
What?
a long fucking time ago. You know,
Before colonization of the U.S.
well, I guess so. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
or really early colonization.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Like because we all know about Columbus. So I guess if you
we
think
all
about,
know.
if you think about, it, there were probably other people coming over here. They're like, oh shit, there's something over there. You know, we don't like the way we're treated over here because we like to walk around with things hanging out of our butts or whatever. So we're going to go over there and start our own society where we can do that stuff. You know,
What?
I feel
Well,
like
you know-
that was a
it's like people who live on the outer edges of things.
1 in 3.
You know, like
just,
like those folks that
Taking
moved out to
swipes
Ruby
at me.
Ridge. You know what I'm saying? Or David
oh, they were
Koresh.
just straight up racist.
But they're they have like another way that they want to live that doesn't fit into the society that they are currently located
So they
in.
went on the outskirts.
So they went to the edge of it somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they thought they were safe, but they're not
okay.
because we find them.
We
Big
meaning-
Brother finds you.
There you go.
There is no place you can hide from Big Brother's love.
Joseph is a member of Big Brother.
Just recently went over that book. It gave me a whole new view on it when I went over it this time.
Yeah. Yeah, you gave that to me yesterday,
Yeah.
and that was an interesting way to look at it. I like that book. I just finished it
good.
too, like 2 weeks ago. It was really good. I've never read it before.
Are you reading again?
No, we're not reading.
We're being read to.
Oh, okay.
I'm above reading.
Just
I don't
double
read.
checking.
Yeah. There's not enough time to sit down and put my eyeballs on words.
Yeah, that's like for rich people or something.
Just checking.
That's homeless people read. That's the only people who's got time to read.
Japtalion13 at gmail.com.
So
Got him.
I wanted to do this early in the show because I feel like our retention is probably not the greatest. My niece reached some type of level on her gaming channel.
She getting monetized?
I don't think she's quite monetized yet, but she's reached where she can get monetized.
What
That's
the
like a
fuck?
whole.
That's badass.
That's like a whole.
That
other
is fucking
thing.
badass.
But it's Syra Nobody, Syra, and then Nobody, like nobody. And
What's that?
that's her channel on, I believe, I want to say Stitch. Is it
Twitch.
Twitch. Yes, sorry.
Oh, send it to
Twitch.
me. I think I watch Twitch
think it's on
sometimes.
Twitch.
That's on Xbox, I think.
She has a PS5. Is it on there as well?
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure
assume
it's a
so.
gaming
Yeah,
channel.
because
There's-
it's like they just do gaming.
Yeah.
There's Twitch
I'm
and
pretty
there's
sure it's
Discord.
on-
So
Pretty sure it's on Twitch. If it's not, check the other one out. But yeah, she's doing that now. I told her, I'm a good uncle. I told her, I said, you could probably make money sticking your feet in weird shit, and it wouldn't even have to be sexual. There are guys that will pay you just to see you rub peanut butter on your feet. And she said, I've thought about that.
has she thought about? I bet
true.
she has thought about that.
I said, do it. I don't want to see it.
Now, when
Don't-
you
don't
say
go
it doesn't
there with
have
it,
to be
Joseph.
sexual, that's
Well, other people might take
Okay.
it sexual, but I'm saying
She doesn't have to be
you
like,
may not have to show your naughty
"Oh,
bits.
You see my feet. She doesn't have to do all that.
Yeah.
Like the voice. Watch my feet as I play the game.
Yeah, or like get naked.
Yeah.
She's just like here's my feet and here's popcorn.
yeah. We're gonna take a break while I step on popcorn.
I'm going to stick my feet in gasoline now.
Yeah.
Set them on fire.
You like those feet now, motherfuckers?
Oh, fucking perverts.
I'm gonna cut off a toe.
Now I'm going to emasculate this gummy bear.
Aw.
Not the gummy bears.
People are into weird shit, dude.
Syra Nobody.
Get paid. Yeah.
That's so cool, man.
So that's my I told her I would plug that because I'm excited for her.
I was encouraging my son to try and get in touch with her.
She's been listening to the show, right?
Yeah, yeah. The first one she listened to, she said it was informative. It was the one where I mentioned prostate milking, so
Yeah.
I'm sure that was uncomfortable for her.
Has she listened to a couple of them?
Yeah, then
Oh,
today,
badass.
I think it was today, she texted me that she's been listening to some more and that.
You know,
so cool,
really,
man.
if you can get through the prostate milking and you pick up another episode after that, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
You're like a
Dude,
That's a
gold
trooper.
you're a gold star member at that point.
Yeah.
we literally talked about prostate milking for like 2-3 minutes.
Yeah.
And that is like really what people have held on to. Like we had one of our contractors said he would listen to some of it, and he was like, he said something about, you guys are talking about like prostate milking or something.
He's such a nice guy.
He's like the sweetest dude. I'm surprised he got to some of the torture and stuff in that episode too, but he hasn't come back yet. He hasn't made it back.
That might not have been his thing.
Yeah,
But it's not every episode.
right.
Every episode's a little different.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely don't talk about bukkake in every episode.
Not every episode.
It's a lot of them. All right, well, you guys, y'all got anything to plug? Who wants to plug us on our own show? Just so the people know.
Yeah, there's a like a phrase for that, isn't there?
Idiots. Morons.
Yeah,
Plugging?
but for like something that
Plugging. Pegging.
is like, there's got to be an expression for that. I'm not sure quite how to describe it, because if you're already here, you already know where to find us, and then we're telling you where to find us as if you weren't here, but you're already here.
Man, you got to listen to the show. These three guys are pegging themselves.
You guys
on-
we don't have to plug the Spotify and all. We don't have to plug Spotify and iHeartRadio and YouTube and where else are we? Stitcher and Apple Podcasts.
Just about any place where you can get podcast, we're there.
Yeah, but you already know where to find us because you're listening.
Right.
That's what Joseph's saying.
Tell your friends. Tell your
Yeah.
mom.
Don't
Definitely
forget.
tell your mom.
If you're having a hard time on one of the podcast avenues that you listen to, then pick us up on another one because we're there.
Hey, you work for a suicide hotline, you're having a hard case, somebody's not turning around, plug us.
Tell her. Yeah, go down to the crack house
That'll help.
and get your dad and tell him. Or maybe you could maybe you could wake your mom out of her drug-induced stupor long enough to tell her.
Yeah.
Also, email us at japtalion13 at gmail.com because we want you guys to communicate with us. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you like. I was going to say don't like, but I don't want to know.
Write your criticisms on a piece of paper, walk over to a trash can, go ahead and throw it in there.
That's what we call the memory hole.
Oh, God.
People
Oh,
with their
man.
fucking notes. Oh, I think y'all should talk about me. All right, well, I guess that's about the end. Morgan, I forget how it goes.
Have a good evening.
Have a good night.
Or a good whatever time of the day.